A quiet little shop suddenly had an unusual customer. She didn't buy anything, she just trembled slightly as she pointed to the help wanted sign and asked, "Are there really no age limits for part-time workers?" When the shop manager learned that the woman was over 70, he quickly tried to offer her a lower wage, hoping she'd give up. To his surprise, she didn't care about the low pay at all, and even said she'd be fine with just half the wage. Helpless, the manager warned her, "This job is hard and exhausting," and handed her a free dorayaki, hoping she'd leave. A few days later, the woman returned. Even though the manager insisted she wouldn't be hired, she stood her ground. She handed him a handwritten business card and gave a critique of his dorayaki. "The pancake is decent, but the red bean filling is a bit lacking." Then, she gave him her own homemade red bean paste. The manager didn't like sweets and had no interest in the paste, so after she left, he tossed it into the trash. Out of curiosity, he tried a bite, just one bite, and his taste buds were completely won over. The manager, Inarai, never could have imagined that this woman, over 70 years old, would change his entire life. Inarai was in his 40s, single, without family or friends. He had served 5 years in prison for intentional injury. After his release, he worked at the shop to pay off debts. He had lost all passion for life, had no plans for the future, and lived each day mechanically. Summer arrived, and the woman who had left the delicious red bean paste returned. Before she could speak, Inarai took the initiative and proposed a deal. "You just handle the prep work before opening. Once the store opens, you can clock out. I'll pay you the regular wage." The woman was delighted. When filling out the employment form, she only left her address, no phone number. She said she never used any form of communication. Seeing her deformed hands, Inarai guessed she might have a rare condition, but he didn't dwell on it. Inarai explained that the shop always used pre-made red bean paste, and if they ran out, it could be delivered by phone. But she insisted, "Seriously, red bean paste is the soul of dorayaki. It must be made by hand." The next morning, before dawn, they arrived at the shop. Inarai had soaked the beans in advance, but the woman still inspected them carefully, noting that many beans weren't fully peeled. Inarai couldn't believe how much attention she paid to detail. But this was just the beginning. The water used to rinse the beans must be completely clear. Only then could they be cooked. When adding water, she kept reminding him to go slowly. Inarai didn't understand why, and she explained with excitement, "Every single bean has absorbed the essence of heaven and earth as it grew. You have to treat it gently to bring out the best flavor." Half an hour later, the sweet aroma of red beans filled the air. Inarai eagerly asked what to do next. She glanced at the pot and said it needed to cook a little longer. After some time, she leaned over the lid with her eyes closed, listening carefully. Only when she saw the skin of the beans starting to split did she consider it done. Inarai thought slow cooking was enough, but she began rinsing the beans with water again. Hot beans break easily, so she turned the faucet on very low, letting impurities wash away gradually. She then poured the cleaned beans back into the pot, added just the right amount of sugar, and cooked them into paste. As opening time approached, Inarai grew impatient, even questioning his own sanity.